Okay, welcome. Uh, Today, I'm going to take you through the rapid implementation plan for Slacker method, which I call the hero machine. Basically, this is a simplified version of what I used to get started getting the results that I was after. And here's some pictures of the before and afters. I was pretty happy. Um, what had happened was I hit my 50s and realized that I was getting fat and I was getting uh, uncomfortable with the way that I felt and the way that I looked, and I was getting sick all the time. So I started doing some diets. I did basically everything. I did the keto diet, calorie counting, intermittent fasting, Mediterranean, anything like those, all the low carb diet, basically types. Tim Ferriss's slow carb diet from his book, The 4 Hour Body, that was really good. Um, Basically they all worked, but I didn't stick with them. I could stick with them for like 6 months at a time, but I would then get bored and then I would gain the weight back. And even when I was on the diets, I wasn't extremely happy with the way that I looked. I was getting leaner, but I was losing muscle and I didn't feel like I was looking my best or feeling my best. So, anyways, uh, long story short, I got sort of mad at myself and beat myself up about it. But eventually I got honest with the fact that I really wanted to figure out what it was that was keeping me from succeeding in this in these diets. What was it that I was missing? And so I read a whole bunch of books, I did a whole bunch of research, and mostly I experimented on myself. And what happened was I finally figured it out. So after reading The 4 Hour Body by Tim Ferriss, like I mentioned, um, he goes through a whole bunch of stuff in there where he can do a cheat day with a bunch of hacks, and he's able to wake up the next morning leaner after his cheat day. There's a book by Joel Marion called The Cheat to Lose Diet. Um, Lots of different things that I read and things that I stumbled upon led me to believe that there was a way to make this work. So after I saw Joe Rogan interviewing Andrew Huberman, I really started to see that this was something that I could probably do. So I put the pieces together, did a bunch of experiments, and eventually I got it to work. Um, so how it works, the basic way that it works is there's this. In my research, I came across this fact that the keto diet works because you go into ketosis, and then I also found out that the intermittent fasting diet also works because you go into ketosis. If you fast for more than like 12 hours, I think it is, you will go into ketosis, and that makes you lose weight no matter what you eat during your feeding window. So you can eat the same amount of calories within a narrower window and lose weight because the intermittent fasting makes you go into ketosis, and that burns fat, preferentially burns more fat than just when you're not eating and you're not in ketosis. So, anyways, so that got me thinking, and I thought the hardest part of intermittent fasting is the fasting part, that you're fasting for most of the day. And the hardest part of the keto diet is that you can't eat carbs for long periods of time, for days at a time. So I thought, what if you combine the two of them, since they work by the same mechanism of ketosis, um, albeit the keto diet is slower at getting into ketosis, and you don't go into as deep a ketosis. I thought I would give it a try, and especially if I could add some supplements that would boost my ketosis, maybe I could get this to work. And long story short, turns out I could get it to work. And I got leaner over time effortlessly, basically. So basically, what I did was most of the day, 23 out of the 24 hours of the day, I'm restricted to eating the keto diet, which is not very restrictive, actually. You eat a lot of, you can eat eggs and meat, and I'll go into more details about what you can eat. But especially now, there's all kinds of like Pop Tarts that are keto friendly. There's ice cream that's keto friendly. You can basically have a really good time eating keto. And then for 1 hour out of the day, I eat whatever I want. Like last night, I had a half of a thin crust um, Little Caesars pepperoni pizza, and uh, with Pepsi, and it wasn't diet Pepsi; it was regular Pepsi. And I'm leaner today than I was yesterday. So it is a little bit mind blowing once you start doing this. You can eat a lot of really all the stuff that you have been denying yourself, and it's really easy to do. So let's go over the parts of the Slacker method. There's the diet, there's the supplements, and there's the workout. So we're going to cover those real quick. The diet, like I was going over, it's extremely simple. You do keto or Atkins or carnivore, any other low carb diet option. It has to be pretty strictly low carb. Tim Ferriss's slow carb diet works. He includes like beans and stuff you can have in there. So you can have chili. You can have they make pasta that is made from chickpeas and lentils and that kind of stuff, and you can have that and taste just like regular pasta. So, and then for 1 hour a day, you have a cheat window where you can eat anything you want. Like I said, I had pizza last night. I do double quarter pounder with cheese meals from McDonald's with large fries, large Coke, all regularly. That's one of my go-to cheat meals. So it's really forgiving. It's really easy to stick to. All right, so this is just a basic. I go through a basic day, and then I have some ideas of snacks you can have there, and then there's a week menu, sample menu. This menu is actually a lot more creative than I get into. I usually eat the same stuff every day. It's like eggs and bacon with keto toast, and then I'll make keto French toast with sugar-free syrup and eggs and the keto bread. That's something that I eat a lot. Then I have steak and some peanuts for snacks, and then I save my creativity for that cheat window. So I'm usually fantasizing about what I'm going to be eating during my cheat window. Okay, so the supplements. Let's get into the supplements. There's 3 types of supplements that I take. There's type 1 is fix, type 2 is build, and type 3 is burn. So the fix supplements, they repair your body, they help your body rebuild and recover from injury and illness and exercise. Then there's the build supplements. They boost your body's natural hormones, especially testosterone and GLP-1. We'll talk about that in a future course. But GLP-1 boosting supplements are key to making this whole thing work. They also can be classified under the burn category. I think I actually preferentially put them under the burn category. So when you take those supplements, they boost GLP-1, which is the hormone that it's the peptide that Ozempic mimics. Ozempic is is an artificial version of GLP-1, and it stimulates the receptor for GLP-1. The supplements that we take are they just boost your body's own natural ability to make GLP-1. But to keep things simple, I want to keep things simple and get you started right away. We're only going to cover a few supplements. I'm not going to go into the full list. So you can get started quickly without having to spend a whole bunch of money and order and wait for your supplements. Just the main thing is get started on the diet, and then you can add the supplements as you go along. So the list of supplements here is vitamin D, vitamin K2, vitamin B, zinc, magnesium, and the optional option is to take cold showers and do Wim Hof breathing. When I started doing that, I actually stopped getting sick even before I started taking all the supplements. I think I was taking vitamin D and vitamin B at the time. Wasn't until later that I started these other ones. So take that with look into that if you want to. A lot of people, the cold showers is a deal breaker. Anyways, so the build supplements are part of the full program. Burn, this is one of those GLP-1 boosters, super berberine, 100 milligrams twice a day. Take that with meals. You can take it actually 3 times a day. If you take it with meals, it increases its effect. All right. And now the exercise program. It's a 7-minute low-intensity exercise. I'm not going to cover exactly how I do the exercise program. That's also reserved for the full program because I don't want you to overwhelm yourself. Again, the thing that's going to hold you back from getting started is to make this too complicated. So keep it really simple. If you want to walk, you can do that. I recommend doing some form of strength training. And I would start with 3 exercises and do those really low intensity. Do 1 set of 7 repetitions maximum to start off with. You can build up on days that you feel extra strong, but I would wait like a week before you started doing more than that, unless you're a person who's used to training a lot. But if you're not used to training a lot, you don't want to get yourself sore. You don't want to hurt yourself. The main thing is just to install the habit of doing some exercise every day and only do a minimal amount to begin with. So I would do an exercise that flexes the front part of the body like a pushing exercise, like push-ups. So sample, that would be one of the exercises. The other one would be pulling exercise, like rowing. And the third exercise would be a leg exercise, like lunges. So a very simple program would be 7 push-ups, 7. You can do inverted rows. That's what I do. I like if you lay under a sturdy table or a desk or something, and just pull yourself up with your legs. So you lay down, legs extended, hold on to the desk, and then pull yourself up, flexing your bending at the elbows. And then legs, do 7 lunges with each leg. And that would be all I would do. So you don't want to go fast. You don't want to go heavy. You don't want to go intense with any of these things. Again, you're working on consistency, not intensity. And then finally, the slacker principle. This is an idea that I came up with after I was doing this for a little while. I realized that what I was actually doing was a way of doing things my way. It was a way of not trying to live up to somebody else's idea of what I should be or how great everything should be. And that I learned to be more accepting of the place where I was right now. And the other thing that came about because of that is I realized I was developing a relationship with my inner animal drives that was more healthy, more respect based. It was sort of like the dog whisperer Caesar Milan, the way he talks about most dog owners are real sketchy with the way they interact with their dogs. They're really harsh, or they're too affectionate. They're too easy, or they're too hard. Um, he teaches you to lead these dogs from a calm and respectful place. And I realized that that's what I was doing with my um, animal drives. Initially, before I started doing the slacker method, I was way too harsh, or I was way too lenient. So I was giving in completely to my animal drives, or I was bashing them over the head and characterizing them as bad, as something that wasn't natural and wasn't just a normal part of being a human, was having those animal drives. And I realized that that was a big step, a big insight, and I've developed that further, and that is also included in the um, the full course, full versions of the Slacker method. So that's all I got for today. Check out the latest courses that I've got in the classroom in school, and see if any of those appeal to you. Because if you have any questions, just reach out to me in school. You can just reach out, and we can have a conversation. We can schedule a phone call. But if you want to go deeper and you want to really get the full benefits of Slacker method, the paid courses in the classroom will get you really good results. I've had a lot of friends go through this, and they haven't even done the full program. A lot of them didn't do the supplements, and they still saw good results. So that's all I've got for you. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.